Hello everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today we're exploring one of the newest AWS services, Amazon Elastic VMware Service or Amazon EVS. This service is designed to help organizations migrate and operate VMware-based workloads directly on AWS without having to redesign their applications from scratch. So, without any further delay, let's start our session. But before moving on, make sure that you have subscribed to IP Specialist on YouTube and don't forget to hit the bell icon for updates. So, what is EVS? Amazon Elastic VMware Service or Amazon EVS is a cloud service from AWS that lets you run your VMware environment directly on AWS. With EVS, you can set up and use VMware Cloud Foundation on Amazon's infrastructure. This includes all the familiar VMware tools you already know, like vSphere for virtualization, vSAN for storage, NSX for networking, and vCenter for management. The best part is that you don't need to change any existing VMware workloads. Everything runs the same way it does in your data center. Only now it's on AWS. In simple terms, Amazon EVS makes it very easy to extend your on premises VMware setup into the cloud. You get the stability and reliability of AWS while still managing an environment with the same VMware tools you're comfortable with. So, now that we know what Amazon EVS is, let's talk about how it actually helps you in your cloud journey. First is it simplify and accelerate migration. With EVS, moving to AWS becomes much easier. It removes the usual roadblocks like reconfiguring workloads or retraining staff. You can extend your on premises network into AWS, migrate workloads smoothly, and keep the same IP addresses and processes you already use. This ensures a quick and consistent migration experience. Next is control and flexibility. Even though your workloads are running on AWS, you still retain full control over your VMware environment. You can customize and optimize your virtualization stack and third party tools or choose how you want to manage it, whether you self manage or work with AWS partners. Next is scale, protect, and innovate. Since you're running on AWS, you can scale resources up or down as needed and rely on AWS secure infrastructure to protect workloads against disruptions. And beyond that, EVS gives you a path to innovation. Once your workloads are on AWS, you can connect them with over 200 AWS services like databases, analytics, containers, or even AI to modernize your applications at your own pace. Now let's look at the architecture. On the left hand side of this diagram, you can see on-premises VMware environment running with vSphere, vSAN, and NSX. This is what most enterprises already have in their data centers. On the right hand side, you see the AWS cloud. Here, Amazon EVS integrates tightly with native AWS services like EC2 for compute, S3 for storage, RDS for databases, CloudWatch for monitoring, Shield for security, and even advanced services like Amazon Bedrock for generative AI. At the center, Amazon EVS runs as a VMware Cloud Foundation environment on AWS bare metal hardware. This creates a software defined data center, SDDC, where VMware workloads run just like they do on premises. So, visually, you can imagine it as your VMware cluster simply being extended into AWS, while still giving you access to AWS global infrastructure and services. Now, let's move on and take a look at the main building blocks of Amazon EVS. Amazon EVS is made up of several building blocks. EVS environment. This is like a logical container that holds all the resources for a VMware Cloud Foundation deployment on AWS. Next is the host group. These define the network and server settings that EVS uses to deploy VMware host. At launch, you can start with a maximum of one host group. Then we have host. These are dedicated single tenant bare metal ESXi host. They provide the actual compute, storage, and networking resources for your VMware workloads. So, When you provision EVS, you're essentially spinning up a VMware data center inside AWS, complete with vSphere, vSAN, and NSX. Now that we've understood the building blocks of Amazon EVS, let's move a step deeper and see how all of these comes together in the software stack that powers EVS. Amazon EVS is powered by VMware Cloud Foundation, which brings together the key VMware components you're already familiar with: vSphere for compute, vSAN for storage, NSX for networking, and vCenter for management. When you deploy EVS, all of these are automatically set up on AWS bare metal infrastructure. So, you don't need to configure them manually. The real benefit here is consistency. Whether your workloads are running on premises or in AWS with EVS, you manage them using the same VMware tools and processes. This makes your cloud transition smooth and eliminates the need to retrain teams or re architect workloads. Now, it's time to bring it all together and see what this service actually enables in the real world. Let's explore some of the key use cases of Amazon EVS. First, migrate and scale rapidly to the cloud. EVS makes it easier to move your existing workloads into AWS quickly. This helps companies get rid of old data center hardware, cut down on cost, and meet business deadlines without delays. In short, it's a smooth way to exit the data center and move to the cloud. Next is extend your data center. Instead of buying new servers when you run out of space, you can simply add extra capacity in AWS through EVS. The best part is that you still manage everything using the same VMware tools you already know. Next, adopt AWS services at your own pace. With EVS, you don't need to switch to AWS services all at once. You can start small by running VMware in AWS and then over time add things like analytics, AI, or advanced storage from AWS whenever your business is ready. Lastly, protect your workloads. EVS also helps you keep your applications safe. By running VMware on AWS, you can back up your data and recover faster during outages, reducing downtime and data loss. This makes disaster recovery much easier and more reliable. So, to wrap things up, Amazon Elastic VMware Service or EVS is all about making the cloud journey smoother for VMware customers. It gives you the power to migrate workloads quickly, extend your data center without new hardware, adopt AWS services at your own pace, and protect your applications with reliable backup and recovery options. The real advantage is that you get to keep the VMware tools and processes you already know, while at the same time gaining the flexibility, scalability, and global reach of AWS. Right now, EVS is available in preview, but it's already showing how it can bridge the gap between traditional VMware environments and the modern cloud world. In simple terms, EVS brings you the best of both worlds: the familiarity of VMware and the innovation of AWS. That concludes our session for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And also share it with your colleagues or friends who might benefit from this information. If you have any questions or topics that you would like us to cover in the future videos, feel free to leave a comment below. Your feedback is very valuable to us.